In this video, we continue our G1 Climax tournament in WWE 2K24 before we jump into round 5. So checking out the A block, Okada, Seth Rollins, and Kenta Kobashi all have 6 points. They're followed by Bryan Danielson and Tanahashi, both with 4 points. Meanwhile, Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, and Bret Hart close out the A block, all tied with 2 points. Moving over to the B block, Lesnar leads with a 2-point lead of 8. Following him just behind with 6 points are AJ Styles and Kenny Omega. Behind them are Will Ospreay and Chad Gable with 4 points, followed up by Misawa and Eddie Guerrero with 2 points. And the only competitor in the G1 currently without a win is Gunther, sitting at a big fat goose egg. Right, so now you know where we stand, so let's head into the round 5 matchups. First up, we have Bryan Danielson taking on the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada. Okada with a kick to the gut, taking Danielson over with a neckbreaker right on the New Japan logo. Okada starting on his offense, dead center of the ring, clutches the head over the knee, and now Okada takes Danielson to the ropes, tossing him out, hangs his feet, DDT, Randy Orton style, senton by Okada. Okada staying on the attack, scoop slam to Danielson, now heading out of the ring. Okada climbs to the top turnbuckle, looking for a diving elbow drop, and it connects. And now Okada wrestling down Danielson to the mat, but Danielson, expert with submission counters, able to throw some back elbows and escape. Lifts up Okada, but he floats behind. Reverse DDT. Okada jumping senton again, driving all of the weight right on Danielson. Into the cover goes Okada, but Danielson at a 1 count will kick out. Staying on the attack, keeping Bryan Danielson under stress, not letting him get any offense. Just as I say that, though, Danielson with a counter, and now Danielson with the rope break. Irish whip, floats under, catches Okada, knee to the gut, and now traps the arms. Danielson trying to create some separation. Okada's been all over him here, and now it's Danielson with Okada stunned on the ropes. Okada blocks the forearm, catches Danielson with one of his own. From behind, German suplex, folds Bryan Danielson. Danielson still stirring. Okada continuing the assault, locks up the leg, another submission hold. Okada smart this time to not get his head within forearm range. Danielson still able to escape, blocks the chop, stuns Okada in the corner with some kicks. Danielson finally connects with that forearm and knocks Okada off his feet. Into the cover, Okada wisely sliding out of the ring after kicking out at 1. Catches Danielson, STO on the floor. Danielson perhaps too eager to chase Okada, pays for it. And now Okada looking for a spinning back fist, gets caught. Danielson with some beautiful reversals, but gets brought down right on his shoulder. Okada now with a backbreaker, back fist, stuns Danielson into the Rainmaker. Okada into the cover to pick up a victory in round 5, and he beats Danielson. And that will now bring Okada up to 8 points, leading the A block. An impressive win by the Rainmaker in this one. Next matchup, we have Misawa versus Eddie Guerrero. Referee rings the bell. Both men center of the ring. Misawa blocks the chop, but Eddie, snapmare takeover. Now repeated knees to the kidney. Misawa rolls out of one. Eddie continues with the strikes. Hip toss, taking Misawa off his feet, keeping him guessing here. Misawa reverse Irish whip. Eddie caught in the corner. And now Misawa, Irish whip to the other side. Missile drop kick. Eddie's head bounces off the second turnbuckle. Misawa now taking works on the legs, trying to slow down Eddie Guerrero. Misawa driving the elbow into the spine. Guerrero up to his feet, catches Misawa with a right hand. Misawa, though, Irish whip. Eddie off the ropes, gets caught. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker into the cover after driving Eddie Guerrero's spine across the knee. Only able to pick up a 1 count. Guerrero drives Misawa down by his shoulder, and Misawa does the same. Another Irish whip. Eddie spills to the floor. Misawa not going to waste any time. Goes right on the attack on Eddie. Eddie reverses, throws Misawa into the barricade. And now Eddie Guerrero lifts him up across the barricade. Eddie wisely going to get back in the ring at this 5 count here. And classic Eddie Guerrero going to go right for the turnbuckle padding. Misawa rolls into the ring. Eddie catches him, snapmare takeover. Lifting up the star to his feet. Pulls him up. Eddie Guerrero, center of the ring. Misawa right to his feet. A crucifix driver. Misawa did not care about Guerrero's powerbomb. Roaring elbow gets blocked. Irish whip by Eddie now. Catches him. Tilt-a-whirl on Misawa. Back and forth these two go. Eddie heads up to the top. Looking for the frog splash. Right on target to pick up a victory in round 5. Misawa kicks out of the frog splash. Now Guerrero thinking about what his next maneuver should be here. Has to act quick. Misawa cannot be given any opportunities. Guerrero lifts him up again. Powerbomb. And now Guerrero taunting a little bit, signaling it could be over. Runs in. Drop kick in the corner. Eddie is in complete control of this match right now. Kick stunning Guerrero. And now Misawa following up with some hard strikes. Guerrero off the ropes. Misawa catches him. Face first off the knee into the pin attempt. Referee into position. Guerrero out at 2. And now Misawa lifting up Guerrero. Not wasting any time. Misawa lifts him up. Drives Guerrero right on the back of his head. And he's not finished. Catches him off the ropes. German suplex. Lifts Eddie to his feet again. Misawa takes him to the turnbuckle. Eddie slides behind. Springboard drop kick. And both competitors are spent here. Eddie rolling out of the ring just to get back on his feet. Follows up with another drop kick. Lifts Misawa up. Neck breaker into the corner. Now Eddie Guerrero limping. Showing the effects of these hard suplexes. But he's up on the top rope. Diving Hurricane Rana. Eddie again. Right after the Hurricane Rana. Looks for a frog splash. Into the cover to beat Misawa. And he does. And that will bring Eddie Guerrero's total up to 4 points with a victory over Mitsuharu Misawa. Up next in the A block, we have Bret Hart taking on Samoa Joe. Both men lock up center of the ring. Bret Hart takes Joe to the corner, working Joe down. You don't usually see a competitor take Joe off his feet this early in a matchup. Bret Hart wisely continuing the assault while Joe is grounded. Bret Hart with a leg puller, stretching out that hamstring, goes for a leg drop. Joe sidesteps. And it was nice to have Joe on the mat while you had him, but he lifts Hart up in a power bomb. And now Joe, European uppercut, drops Hart again off the ropes, looking for a diving elbow. The point of that elbow right between the rib cage of Bret Hart. Joe lifts him up, Emerald Flosion, and now Bret Hart. Joe fighting on the apron. Hart with some hard strikes here. Joe falls to the floor. Yeah, Bret Hart did not give a fuck about that Emerald Flosion. Joe now with a Rainmaker. Samoa Joe using every other competitor's finisher as his normal moves. Hart again able to toss Joe out of the ring. Bret Hart is no-selling everybody's finisher here. And Bret Hart again working on that leg of Samoa Joe. Joe able to stun Hart for the moment and throw him into the stairs. Samoa Joe trying to get tossed into the stairs. Bret Hart slams him face first on the floor. Now Hart lifts up Joe again, possibly looking for a suplex. Joe, well scouted, taking Bret Hart right back to the ring. Samoa Joe looking for that violence combination. Drops Bret Hart. Joe with an overhand chop, stunning Hart, wrestles him down. Hart able to roll out, takes over with a headstand to head scissors. You don't usually see that from Bret Hart. Can't even say that one. But Joe wrestles him into the corner. Thought he was going to pull off a muscle buster. Hart hits him with a back elbow. And now Bret Hart running in. Clothesline. Drops Joe. Bret Hart into the cover. Referee into position. Joe kicks out at 2. Joe into the corner again. Bret Hart goes for double knees and misses. And now Samoa Joe just tosses Bret Hart to the floor. And Samoa Joe is not finished. He's looking to finish off Bret Hart here. Lifts him up. Apron powerbomb. And now Joe just kicking the lifeless body of Bret Hart. Joe picks him up and throws him into the timekeeper's area. Samoa Joe thinking he's got a round 5 victory here. Bret Hart's reeling, but right to his feet and catches him with a clothesline. This is why you never can afford to count your opponent out. Bret Hart, neck breaker, even after the apron powerbomb. Bret Hart lifts up Joe. Spike pile driver. All of Joe's weight crashing right down on his neck. Into the cover. Joe out at 2.9. Joe having to use the corner to pull himself up. Hart takes advantage and goes right after the leg again. Bret Hart waiting for Joe to get to his feet. Pulls his base out from under him. Twists the legs up. Rolls through. Sharpshooter in deep on Samoa Joe. Joe able to get a rope break. Bret Hart decides to go right into a cover. And Joe will kick out at 2. Hart locking in that sharpshooter too close to the ropes. And now Joe catches him. Lifts him up. Bret Hart able to slide behind and again takes out Joe at the knee. Bret Hart with a sound strategy here. And now fireman's carry takes Joe over. Hart again looking for the sharpshooter. Joe able to kick him away. Samoa Joe lifts Bret Hart up, takes him down. Samoa Joe into the cover, and he beats Bret Hart. And Samoa Joe, with that win, will pick up 2 points, and that will give him a 4-point total now. Another matchup underway. What could be the best matchup of the round 5? AJ Styles takes on Will Ospreay, and referee rings the bell. Traditional lockup, not what you'd expect to start off this match, as AJ starts out trying a pump handle. Ospreay takes over. Ospreay gets AJ into the corner. Back elbow drops AJ. Ospreay just washing the boot across Styles' face. Into an early cover here. Ospreay picks up just a 1 count. Ospreay has to be aware that he's not going to pin AJ Styles that easily. And a super kick right to AJ's gut. AJ is stunned here. Ospreay taking him down from behind. And Ospreay continues to just taunt AJ Styles. And now Ospreay springboard Phoenix splash into the cover. Again, AJ out at 1. Impressive early display by Will Ospreay. AJ rolls away, able to catch Ospreay slipping. Lifts him up. Ushigoroshi across the knee. Ospreay quickly to his feet, though. Dragon screw. Takes out AJ at the knee. Forearm stun Styles, and another repeated strikes, dropping AJ. Ospreay again into a cover, and AJ out before 1 this time. Ospreay Irish whip. AJ able to reverse Ospreay over the ropes. AJ catches him, now heading out. Lifts him up, traps the arm, backbreaker across the apron, but Ospreay right to his feet, takes down AJ at the shoulder, trying to take Styles back in the ring. Styles is still fighting. Both of these men fighting for every inch. AJ locks the leg, calf killer on the floor. Ospreay catches him with the point of the elbow. AJ, though, knows this can only be won in the ring, taking Ospreay back. And AJ Styles waiting for Ospreay to get to his feet, lifts him up. Pop-up Styles Clash into the cover off the pop-up Styles Clash. AJ Styles destroys Will Ospreay. A super impressive victory there. AJ Styles is now tied with Lesnar at 8 points. Another A-block matchup following Styles is Seth Rollins taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi. Rollins with a waistlock. Tanahashi catches him with an elbow. Rollins back in. Headlock, spins over. Falcon Arrow. Now goes in. Elbow drop across the chest. Tanahashi to his feet. Seth catches him. Revolution knee strike. Drops him right back to the mat. Seth Rollins immediately up to the top turnbuckle. Gonna look for the Phoenix Splash and doesn't have enough on it. Will Seth Rollins ever hit the Phoenix Splash? I guess we'll never know. Tanahashi able to take advantage of the mixed Phoenix Splash. Snap vertical. Irish whip. Seth in the corner. Tanahashi knee right to the gut. Follows up with a back chop that stuns Rollins. Tanahashi rolls him over. Hooks the leg into the cover. Referee only gets a 1 count. Rollins quickly back to his feet, but Tanahashi catches him. Series of strikes. Seth ducks it. Catches him with one of his own. And now twists the arm. Tanahashi, though, able to establish his vertical base back. Break the arm wrench. Take Seth over to the ropes. Take him off the ropes now. Catch him in a straight clothesline. Tanahashi taking a moment to take in the crowd. Seth Rollins pushes him away. You got to wonder if that momentary take there by Tanahashi, as Seth Rollins drives the knee across the face. Tanahashi will slide out of the ring and back in, trying to break Seth Rollins' momentum. Rollins, though, takes him into the corner, takes him under. Rollins looking for the buckle bomb, and it connects. Immediately hooking the leg into the cover. Referee into position, but only a 2 count. Seth Rollins, though, sizing him up again, looking for the curb stomp, and gets a 3 count. And Seth Rollins with an unlikely victory there, but a victory nonetheless will grant him 2 points, and that will tie him at Okada at the top of the A block with 8 points total. And here we go. Chad Gable, maybe with the tallest task in this whole tournament. Can someone finally defeat Brock Lesnar? The referee rings the bell, and Chad Gable, with no hesitation, marches in, takes Lesnar right to the ropes, and gets dumped to the outside. Chad Gable, though, right back on the attack, drops Lesnar face first on the floor, Gable with a DDT. A smart move by Gable and great arena awareness to take Lesnar to the floor to do more damage. But Lesnar throws Gable right back in the ring. And Lesnar taunting Chad Gable a little bit. Gable catches him as soon as he enters the ring. Gable again throwing rights. I don't know if this is the best strategy to defeat Brock Lesnar. But Gable again has Lesnar on the ropes. Gonna try to take out the shoulders here. Chad Gable with a perfect strategy so far. Irish whip into a dragon suplex. Again now working on the arms. Chad Gable again takes that arm of Lesnar, hammerlock, and twists it even more. Chad Gable in control. Now going for the legs of Lesnar, trying to take out that powerful base of the beast. But Brock Lesnar kicks Gable away. Gable trying to get quickly to his feet. Not trying to get caught on the mat by Brock Lesnar, but he just gets tossed. Lesnar not even with a move there, just picks you up however he gets you and tosses you. And now Gable, Irish whip. Lesnar with a back elbow. Gable with a back chop. Lesnar stunned again. Gable again slamming Lesnar down to the mat. Gable with some impressive offense here in this match. Now takes Lesnar to the turnbuckle. Chad Gable now off the turnbuckle, goes behind into a cover, but Lesnar able to kick out. Beautiful sunset flip there by Chad Gable, keeping Brock Lesnar guessing, keeping him on his toes, or better yet, off his toes. Lesnar straight kick to the face, and Gable's on the floor, and that's not a good sign as Lesnar charges up, lifts Gable above his head. Lesnar F5, Brock Lesnar into the cover, and that will do it. Just like that, Lesnar wins. And there you go. No one's still able to defeat Brock Lesnar as he will go now to 10 points in the tournament. Moving back to the A block, Kurt Angle now takes on Kenta Kobashi, and referee rings the bell. Kenta dodging Kurt Angle's initial strike, but Kurt catches him. Kenta with a back elbow. Kurt stunned. Now Kurt off the ropes. Reverse Irish whip. Kenta into the corner. Kurt Angle now straight right hand. Turns Kenta around. Now Kurt Angle driving the shoulder right into the abdomen. Goes for a foot stomp. Kenta, though, able to sweep the leg of Kurt. Kurt Angle to his feet, but these back chops stinging and ringing out through the arena in a backdrop. Kurt quickly to his feet, but a headlock takeover by Kobashi. Kobashi with a leg drop goes right into the cover, and Kurt out before a 1 count. Kobashi, Irish whip. Kurt Angle gets caught with a knee to the gut, and now Kobashi off the ropes, leg drop again, and a brain chop. It just chopped him right on top of his head, and now again with a chop. Kobashi wasting no time, goes right to the top turnbuckle, and now Angle in position, diving shoulder tackle. Angle, though, will reverse and kick him away. Kobashi with a back chop, tries another one. Angle blocks it. Angle knows that if he wants to have any chance, he cannot take chops this whole match. Throws Kobashi to the floor, and Kurt Angle's not finished. Angle hits the ropes. Over the top, Kurt Angle. Angle tosses Kobashi in the ring. Takes his time getting in, but now grabs Kobashi from behind. Olympic slam into the cover to pick up the win. Kobashi out at a 2 count. And now Kurt Angle dropping the straps. Kurt Angle now grabbing the boot, twisting the ankle. Ankle lock locked in. And he grapevines the leg, center of the ring. Kenta Kobashi is in trouble here. Angle not happy about having to break the ankle lock. Now just goes for all-out assault, kicking Kobashi right between the eyes. Kurt Angle goes for it again. Kobashi kicks him away. Now Kobashi firing up. Lifts up Kurt Angle. Slap right to the face. Kobashi lifts up Kurt Angle in a powerbomb. Angle wisely sliding out of the ring. Saw Eddie Guerrero do that earlier just to get on his feet. Now off the ropes, catches Kobashi belly to belly. Well scouted, able to get out of the suplex and headlock takeover. And now again outside the ring, up to the top rope. Could we see the moonsault? And it connects into the cover. Kenta Kobashi beats Kurt Angle in round 5. And now Kobashi with that win will tie Okada and Seth Rollins, not AJ Styles, with 8 points. And now it's time for the main event of round 5. B block matchup. Gunther, the winless Gunther, takes on the cleaner Kenny Omega. Referee rings the bell. Main event underway in a super kick. Omega not wasting any time. Gunther, though, European uppercut. And Gunther now cannot win this tournament. Gunther's pretty much fighting now to not go winless at all in this tournament. Meanwhile, Kenny Omega is fighting for the top spot in his block. A win here would tie him with AJ Styles, but leave him 2 points behind Lesnar. Gunther into the cover. Gunther with a win here not only secures himself points, but could ruin Kenny Omega's entire G1 if he's able to defeat him here. Kenny Omega still on the assault, determined to not get knocked out of this tournament. Gunther flies over the ropes and to the floor. Omega right on the attack, stomping on the chest. Again, Omega stomping the chest of Gunther. Omega not doing anything fancy, nothing that could risk him losing this match. Straight up strikes to Gunther. Not the usual Kenny Omega offense, but it's paying off here. Omega now picks up Gunther, takes him to the apron, face first off the apron. And now Gunther flies off the steel steps. Looks like he hit gut first. Omega gonna take him again to the stairs. Gunther has to fight his way free. And now Gunther with Omega into the barricade. Both men in the ring. 7 count broken. Irish whip. Gunther off the ropes. Omega goes under and over. Catches Gunther. Pop-up knee to the gut. Roundhouse kick. Kenny Omega's cooking now. Dragon suplex. Gunther gets completely folded up, but he kicks out just before 3. And now Kenny Omega deadlift. Powerbomb flip over V-trigger combination. Throwing the God combinations around. Kenny Omega. Gunther, though, saves himself, and Kenny can't believe it. Back to his feet is Gunther. Omega takes him into the corner. Gunther, though, right hand stuns Omega. Gunther now lifts up Kenny, drops him neck first on the apron. And now it's Gunther stalking Omega. Lifts him up. Emerald Flosion by Gunther. Dropping Omega on his head, but Omega stays in it. Gunther with a gut weight. Lifts him up. Gut wrench suplex. Kenny Omega now striving to the ropes. Has to take a breather. Gunther charges in. Knee right to the face. And now Gunther just with kicks. Repeated kicks to Kenny Omega. The cleaner trying to work his way to his feet. Irish whip. Gunther catches him. German suplex. Omega quickly to his feet. Gunther chop blocked. Omega Irish whip. Catches Gunther off the ropes. Again with the roundhouse. And Gunther looks like he might be bleeding after that kick by Omega. All of these strikes now finally starting to take their toll on Gunther. Omega is determined not to let Brock Lesnar win this tournament. And now a battered Omega will head out of the ring. Head up to the top turnbuckle. Kenny Omega connects with a moonsault. Lifts Gunther to his feet. Gunther still with some fight, though. Blood running down his face. Lifts Kenny Omega up. Snake eyes in the corner. Gunther forearm across the face. Bleeding everywhere. Omega kicks out at 2. Gunther lifts up Omega. Omega with a dragon screw. And now it looks like Omega might be bleeding above his left eye. Gunther again grabs Omega. Vertical suplex. Both of these men throwing knockout blows here. Gunther driving the knee right in the side of the face. Trying to knock out Kenny Omega. Omega slides out of the ring wisely. Again, we see that maneuver sliding out of the ring to get back on your feet. Omega uses it to his advantage here. V-trigger catches Gunther into the cover. Kenny Omega shuts out Gunther. And with that win, Kenny Omega picks up 2 points, leaving him with a total of 8, tying him with AJ Styles. All right, and now we have reached the end of round 5. Let's pull up our blocks again and look at our point totals. Looking at the A block, we have a 3-way 8-point tie so far. Kazuchika Okada, Seth Rollins, and Kenta Kobashi. Following up that is a 3-way tie with 4 points. That will be Danielson, Tanahashi, and Samoa Joe. And then the last 2 with 2 points, Bret Hart and Kurt Angle will round out the A block. Switching over to the B block, leading the B block undefeated with 10 points, we have Brock Lesnar. A tie for second place with 8 points between AJ Styles and Kenny Omega. Will Ospreay and Chad Gable and Eddie Guerrero all have 4 points. Mitsuharu Misawa has 2 points. And Gunther, leaving round 5, still without a win at all. What did you think of the matches in this round? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.